And we're back with another video, everybody, and we're going to talk about this freaking crazy recall, but it just confirms and reinforces what I told you a couple videos ago, where there were a handful of people who thought they could roast me in the comments saying that my advice to lease versus buy was bad advice. But the part they missed was that I said 47 times in the video was, these new cars aren't worth owning. You won't keep them very long, and if you do, you will have to fix what is tantamount to being a rolling computer and a software-laden machine. And unless you're a software engineer or high-tech individual that can write code, you may find yourself down the road having to take these things to the dealership only to get them fixed, because it is the software that is the issue, or the technology that is the issue. And even if it's not very critical drivetrain type software related issues, it could simply be your multiple screens, since everything screens nowadays, from your dash to your center control stack to some of these Jeeps have 3 or 4 different screens for the driver and the passenger to look at. That would be wildly expensive over the years to fix. So you should lease these things. But that's a whole nother video. Go watch that video. But I had to jump in on this because, yes, Jeep recalled almost 92,000 of their Grand Cherokees, their hybrids, and it just screams out why you don't want to own these things past the warranty. Now, yes, the recall's a good move for many reasons, because it means they're going to fix the issue. So obviously it doesn't apply to you owning the car long term, but it is indicative of the massive amount of tech they've laden these cars with and these trucks with that will haunt you long into the future if you keep these things outside of warranty. And it's unfortunate that's a world we're in, but they can build them cheaper, and it's really cheap to throw these LED screens in place of your dashes than to make even really nice analog gauges anymore. So one screen does it all, but you're going to have to pay for that stuff. One software update changes the entire vehicle. Hell, you can tune a car and get more horsepower. We used to have to put new carburetors on the things and headers and all kinds of stuff. Now you can tune a car and get more horsepower. I mean, they're rolling computers. No matter how you cut it, that's the way it is. And they've gotten to the furthest possible extreme on technology. But let me show you what's going on here. And I'll also explain why do manufacturers do these recalls and why you should be concerned if you own one of these things, because you don't want to let your beloved spouse or child to take this car out on the road right now, understanding that this exists, because you will not have the same recourse as you would if there was not a recall. And where the big money comes is when a company does not do a recall and they withhold information, and your attorney sues them and finds out they withheld information and hid it from the public, and now somebody was injured or killed. Then you sue, you get hundreds of millions of dollars in the settlements or the lawsuits. No, once they do this recall, it's on you. You've been warned, and you need to heed this warning, because the issue is that it's a software defect. And let's go down here and just read this point. The recall includes 2022 to 2026 model Grand Cherokee plug-in hybrid SUVs that have the defective battery pack control module microprocessor causing the issue. The automaker is currently working on a fix that will be able to find out whether their vehicle is involved starting in September 11th. But let's look at what the issue is. They explain that the battery pack control module in some 2022 through 2026 models may be defective. Its microprocessor can become overloaded, causing the module to reset. The company's statement says during some BPCM resets, the hybrid control processor, HCP, incorrectly interprets a signal from the BPCM, potentially causing loss of drive power. The defective software would have been installed in vehicles produced between July of 2021 to August 29th of 2025, according to the recall report. So if you've got one of these things, I don't know about you all, I would not want my family driving these and ending up on the freeway in insane fast-moving traffic and then suddenly they lose drive power and they are risking getting slammed into as the car powers down in the middle of a freeway, or merging on an on-ramp, or almost any other scenario. How about this? Making a left turn in a intersection and the car powers down, and there's too many risks that put your family at risk. I don't know that I would want anyone I love behind the wheel of these things. So it's important. And when they file a recall, it's because of the concern that they could be sued later, and this gives them a lot of passes with NHTSA, the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration, who could fine them massively if they don't issue the recall, and they end up getting sued and discover that they knew about it and didn't do the recall. So the cost to fix the recall will be minimal in comparison to the cost of the lawsuits if they did not disclose it. So it's good that they're getting this out. It's a benefit to them, and it's a benefit to everybody who owns these things. But I just thought this would be worth doing a quick video on to get the point across that, folks, this is the problem. And now recalls have been around for, a century. So it's not something that doesn't happen with regular low-tech cars. But with these high-tech cars, we're talking about something you can't get in there and fix. It's got to go to the dealership, and you don't know if your car is going to be affected. And will this affect Stellantis stock? Well, only one way to find out. Let's see, because when you take this kind of hit, I heard somebody make a comment about with this happening to Stellantis, it's a big problem for them. Let's see. So in the day, starts off at $9 and ends down, but not massively, but it is so low as it is. Heck, you look at just the last 6 months, year to date, 1 year. I mean, it's just in the tank, no matter how you cut it. Was all the way up here when they thought the EVs were going to win, and look where it is now. So I would say, well, look at these. Look at these. This is for fun while I got you guys here. Stellantis to scrap target of 100% EVs by 2030, says Europe chief. Stellantis stock slips after U.S. regulator probes 287,000 Chrysler minivans. The scrap target of EVs. It's wild when you see the stuff that's being reported that's definitely affecting this stock. But 91,000 Jeeps, I just thought it'd be worth doing a video to share with you all, because I know a lot of you have these, and the more news we get out, so you at least know what you're dealing with and can at least have a conversation with your family when they're driving these things to tell them, if this happens, this is what you need to do. You need to pull off the road, turn on your hazard lights, and be careful. Don't take any last-minute risks to merge onto the highway, and don't make any sudden high-risk left turns in front of oncoming cars. Maybe just be a little cautious while you're waiting to find out if your car's affected on September 11th and whether it needs to go in to get the software update. So with that, everybody, just had to share. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
I've had acne ever since I took a trip out to Vegas, and ever since I got back, I've tried every product on the market and nothing seems to be working for me.